And hello.
Hey.
What's going on, everybody?
Happy Father's Day.
It's Father's Day.
Thank you.
It's Pappy's Day. And listen, we got Lisa J. We got Big Sir.
Yes, sir.
And we got me, Delvin. And it is Father's Day.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day, everybody out there. And especially to the big Pappy over here, Big Sir.
And happy Father's Day to you, sir.
Happy Father's Day to you, sir. And before we start the show,
We gonna pray?
how about that? No, but what we are going to do is we're going to take a phone call.
Oh, wow.
We're going to take a phone call.
Hi, you said you feel sad?
You know what? We are starting. And who is this?
This is Casey Stanley.
Oh, my God.
Oh wow.
Really? Really?
So tell me this. Why are you calling the Unmuted Podcast?
I am calling the Unmuted Podcast to wish the best husband in the whole wide world a happy Father's Day.
Really? Did you say who? Thank you, love.
That's so sweet.
Well, there's only one person in here named Stanley. So
Exactly. Right.
it better be the one that I'm thinking it is. Otherwise, we're going to go into Zaddy's Day. So,
Well,
Thank you so much.
That was sweet.
can't start the show without
You
saying
are
Happy
welcome.
Pappy Day. So, Happy Pappy Day.
I could open the door and say thank you, but I mean, I don't want to give away the
It's the element
studio
of
secrets.
surprise.
Right.
Yes, Keita, thank you.
thank you for allowing me to celebrate my husband,
Yes.
for stepping up to be the father that my children needed. I really appreciate that. And I know they do as well.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Beautiful.
I
Thank
still
you.
can't believe you like him. Like,
Wow.
seriously.
Really? Really?
I love him. And so you guys have a good time. And I just wanted to make sure I celebrated him.
Well, you are celebrating him here, and we're celebrating him as well because, he is an outstanding father.
Well, thank you, sir.
Let me hold $5. Hey, Dad.
got you.
Hey, Dad, you got $5 on you?
Right.
Get off this phone, kitty. Get off this phone. Okay, love you. Bye.
All right. Love you too. Bye.
Okay. See, we got to start the show off the right way
That was sweet.
by saying Happy Father's Day. After all, it is our 5 minutes in the fame.
Oh, yeah.
We only get
Yeah.
5. Mother's Day is all week.
Listen.
Yeah.
Father's Day,
I went to Target and the stores, the card section is still full of Father's Day cards. I was like, wow.
do you know why? Because no one gives a damn.
Nobody cares.
That's so sad. I know you guys, a lot of men feel that way, but we care.
Who
It
cares?
is what it is.
Nobody
at
cares.
this point. Yeah. We're over
Nobody cares.
The good thing about it is we want to get something to eat afterwards. We won't have a problem finding a spot.
Yeah.
Well, that is true because all of the restaurants are wide open
Exactly.
right
That's
now.
awful.
Usually, Latasha takes me to Grand Lux.
Oh, okay.
And we
All right.
usually have Father's Day over there because we can just walk right in
Yeah.
and get a table. Normally, you can't get a table at the Grand Lux, but on Father's Day,
Right.
you can walk right
I was gonna
on
say,
in.
They don't even sit you. They just sit
No.
you. Sit where you want.
They come grab you off the street. We got 2, we got 4, we got 6. Are you hungry? Come on in.
Hilarious.
That's what they do. But today we didn't do that. But normally restaurants, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hungry? We got a table,
Right.
and that's what they do on Father's Day. So happy
You know what?
Father's
I'm
Day.
at the point where as long as my family happy, I'm good.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why do we have to? I don't want to say that I'm the most selfish person on Father's Day because it's really not about me.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to make sure that my kids are good.
No
I
doubt.
want to make sure that my wife is good. But I just can't take that for me. So what do you want to do today? And I'm like, I don't want to do anything today.
Right.
It's just another day for me.
Yeah.
But everyone else wants to celebrate me when I don't celebrate me. Because as a father, you really don't do that. You want to make sure that they're okay.
Exactly.
But
Would it bother you if your kids didn't acknowledge you on today?
it used to. my stepdaughter, she texted me this morning,
Nice.
said Happy Father's Day, because now she's to the point that she comes over. She spends the weekend now.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So she's here a lot. We talk a lot. My son, no.
Really?
If he does not, we're at the point now. Again, my stepdaughter, she's 25. My son is 22. So he's at the point now where if I call you, I call you. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's pretty much where he is in his life, and he has me exactly where he put me, on the shelf. And every time people say, "Well, why don't you reach out? Why don't you do?" Like, I am where he put me.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Same place.
I'm in the same place. My number hasn't changed. My address has not changed. He knows where to get me. But I'm not going to reach out to him. When he was 17, 18 years old, I was there. But now you are of age. Now you're 21, 22.
Right.
It's on you.
Yeah.
So if you want that relationship, you can get it. You can take me off the shelf and we can have that relationship. Otherwise, I'll be where you put me.
Right.
And that's where I am.
Oh.
And I'm okay with that. I am. Can't you tell?
We just don't understand.
I want to play something for you all real quick before we go in here. I just want to play this Michael Yo real quick because this is hilariously funny and I just thought it would be.
And my last special, I talked about this when my son was born, because I didn't have a daughter at that time. When my son was born and the doctor handed me my son. It's crazy as a father because I knew I would die for him. Right? And I don't even know this dude. He could be a terrible human being, but I would die for him, But when they handed me my daughter, it was different. I was like, okay. I would kill for you. I became a murderer overnight. Because the family dynamic to me is crazy. Like, I would die for my son. I would kill for my daughter. But here's what's crazy. I wouldn't kill for my wife.
Hilarious.
Because that's not my job. That's her father's job. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
See? And that's where I am.
Hilarious.
I love my son. I will kill for my daughter.
Yeah.
So, and that's exactly where I am in life right now. And I think that fits Father's Day for me.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Who was that comedian?
That's Michael Yo.
Oh, okay.
Michael Yo, his comedy special. You gotta listen to it. Go on Facebook, go on YouTube and listen to it.
It's on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. Never thought. It is the funniest thing you'll ever hear. So with that being said, let's dig on deep here. First of all, you are listening to the Unmuted Podcast. I feel like we say this, that we don't say this when we start the show.
Okay.
We just start talking.
Yeah, we
just jump right on in, right? So I just say, welcome to the show. This is the Unmuted Podcast. You are listening to this on every podcast stream possible. YouTube, Spotify, LinkedIn, Twitter, I don't care where it's at now. Everywhere. Right now. It's everywhere, and I do mean that now. It is everywhere. iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, it's everywhere. You cannot turn the corner
reason
without seeing
for you not
our,
to listen.
You can't turn your radio until you see our three faces on your radio.
Don't y'all feel blessed?
I mean, come on.
It's an amazing thing.
I just felt as if when I found it on Apple Podcasts and I was playing it in my car, it was hilarious to me.
Yeah, great sound. I did the same thing.
I was just sitting there just watching. I was like, man, that's our face on the screen. And and then I turned over to iHeartRadio, same thing. I turned over to SoundCloud, same thing. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing now.
Feels good.
That we are everywhere. So yes, we're everywhere. And you can also check us out on the website, theunmutedpodcast.com, where you can find our content. Please go to our YouTube page on Genius Audio LLC. Please like our page and subscribe. Hit the bell and subscribe, because that is the only way you will find our content when we hit something live. Hit the bell and we can go from there. Okay, so now, with that being said,
yes,
we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
So very many things.
Okay, so who's going to start?
Let's
flip a coin. Okay, Lisa will start.
And there it is.
Okay,
there it is.
so the to be continued from last week that we did not get to touch on.
Yes.
And with it being Father's Day, how appropriate.
Oh, God.
We are, of course, talking about none other than the dad of the year, Brian McKnight.
This raggedy bastard.
Brian McKnight is out here McKnighting.
McKnight, I know it was a verb.
McKnight.
He has his own verb now.
Yes, he is McKnighting. He has, was previously married and had a family with his previous wife. They divorced and...
With 2 boys and a girl?
I think it was 2 boys and a girl, yes. And they divorced. He's remarried, and now he's like completely disowned his kids from that previous marriage. Granted, they are grown, they're adults, but of course, they feel some type of way when their dad gets on the internet like, my lovely daughter, you're the reason I'm a father, and I want to be a better man, because you're saying that type of stuff to the new baby or regarding the new baby. When his other kids are like, well, hello, Dad. We're actually the reason you're a father. So it's terrible. His behavior has been deplorable. And I just feel so bad for his children. All of them, even the new ones, because this is the type of dad that they have.
But exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Then you got a bigger resentment from the older kids. Well, they're grown, but still, they got to feel some kind of way, some type of resentment, you know. Your dad not acknowledging them, and that's gonna show when they get older as well. What kind
and not
of
only that,
you,
their
you know?
kids, they don't get to know their granddad. And his, you know, his family, a family of musicians, because his brother was in Take 6.
Yeah, he's still Clyde.
Yeah,
Claude. Is he still there?
Claude.
Yeah.
McKnight, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Claude McKnight. So it's like, I wonder the type of relationship that they have with their uncle.
Yeah.
But they're, one of his sons, Brian McKnight Jr., somebody, he did a live and he was saying that people have been in the comments telling him, you know, I would change my name if I were you. I would change my name. And he's like, well, I don't want to change my name. Yeah. He's like, plus it's my son's name as well. He was like, just because it was given to me by that man doesn't mean, you know, I don't love my name and who I am. So I had to agree with him on that. People say some stupid stuff in the comments anyway.
I think they speak out of feeling instead of, you know.
Or it's feeling or just plain dumbness, because a lot of things that I read that people say is just really ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I just found a clip. I need to play this. Hold on one second. I need to make sure that this thing here is going to run. Hold on. Because, yeah. Hold it.
I appreciate, you know, all the love and all of the concern and all of that as usual. But to the particular group of people that are always like, yo, you should change your name. You should change your name. Why the I do that?
Right.
First of all, I love my name. I appreciate my name. I appreciate my lineage. I appreciate where my name comes from. And it's also my son's name. So I just, in my heart, feel like that would give off such an incredibly wrong message, an example for my son when it comes to loving his name and what his legacy could be. If I change my name just because of what my father did. You know, I will always be Brian McKnight Jr. no matter what, and you're going to get this work.
I love it.
From here on out.
I love it.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
That's funny, but I didn't know that his son name is also Brian McKnight. So now we got a whole bunch of George Foremans in the world now.
The third, the fourth. And because the new baby is also Brian McKnight Jr.
Exactly. Like you didn't already have.
Like you didn't already have one.
Dirty bastard.
So
he's McKnighting, right?
So everybody gonna turn their head around, when they hear Brian. Brian,
Right.
Not you, Brian, What,
The older kids won't, because he doesn't talk to them. So
right. It's one of those cases where they say don't meet your favorite celebrity or somebody because they always disappoint you or something like that. Because that was one of my favorite singers coming up, and now you see him in concert. Now I love seeing him. This is maybe 10 years ago, but his sons were performing with him.
They were smaller.
On stage, playing guitar, playing, whatever other instrument. So I love that he would incorporate his kids. Yeah. And, and now to see this, That's just.
Well, I proposed to Latasha off a Brian McKnight song.
Wow.
You know, I had him sing for Katashi.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know that I have a what is it called? An artwork of his song. One of his songs. The sheet music and everything is in the lyrics. All that it hangs over the bed of a. It's his song.
Oh wow!
So
now you got to burn it.
Now I got. Check out, y'all. I'm gonna have to put it on eBay now.
He made a song, a very beautiful song, one of my favorites. Actually, I think it was on his first album, and it was dedicated to his wife. The name of the song was Merrily. And
oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, his wife's name was Julie, and Merrily was Julie in a different language or something like that. I'm not sure. I could have made that up.
I thought you was talking about the Pornhub song for a minute.
Oh, because he snapped when he did that. Like, what? What was? He was going through a midlife crisis,
It had to be. That was
was so out of his character.
So horrible.
I'm like, sir, you're the love balladeer, and here you are talking about some getting it.
Let me show you how your pussy works.
Yeah.
Leave that to Tank, sir. Leave that to Tank.
Let Tank handle that.
I don't know. You got to go to where your audience is.
You see where it landed him? He's right back over here.
Okay. So. Well, all I know is that one album that he had where he was talking about Say My Name. I think it was the name of it. You've never heard Say My Name? You listen to Say My Name.
Because I stopped listening to him when he started doing weird stuff like that, like the Pornhub stuff. Yeah. So I was like, okay, Brian, I can't really follow you anymore. And then it's like, what is it that singers? What point do you have to get to? How much money is it that you have to make to be able to just gulp and not sing, but you just making all these weird noises? Because if you listen to the first project and compare it up to those last few, he was like not doing his best.
Really?
To me.
I haven't heard it. That's why
That's what I'm saying. That's why I stopped listening. Yeah. You know, Michael Jackson got to that point when he stopped really singing lyrics and just making sounds.
Well,
but he had enough money to do that.
Who gonna tell Michael Jackson?
I was gonna say that's Michael
Jackson.
Exactly.
And in the gospel world, you know who else did that?
We're not gonna do this.
No, I'm just gonna say it.
Shirley Caesar.
No, not Shirley Caesar. When this person first came out, they were hungry. They were singing, doing all types of everything. From that first project to that last one that I really followed her on, she became CCM.
Dorothy Norwood.
Yolanda Adams.
Really?
You listen to Watch Me by Yolanda Adams, her first song.
Seriously?
Listen to then she started with the whole, I can't even call it one of her latest songs because I stopped listening. She started performing and not singing like she was.
But, okay, so to be honest, when the last time Yolanda Adams had something out?
I don't even know.
She is living now off of the residue of her songs that she did in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, definitely.
Here it is now, 30 years later. She's doing her best on BET.
Oh, because she's in the series or something,
like
Kingdom
that.
Business.
Kingdom Business.
And she's doing her best BET rendition of not, of not being Yolanda Adams.
Yeah.
She is something other than Yolanda Adams on this show.
I have to agree. I saw the show a couple of times and I was like, did Yolanda just say damn? I said, oh, them checks must be nice.
Who produces that show? I gotta find out who produces that show.
I have no idea. We gotta look that up.
But she's doing her best not to say, look, I am not the gospel singer in that show.
Right.
But Yolanda, again, wherever she goes, whatever she sings, she's singing songs from 30 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last time she had a hit was 30 years ago. But that's where we are. CeCe Winans can keep going.
She's not going to stop.
She's never going to stop.
She's not going to stop. She's not going to stop
Jesus'
writing.
Baby sister. That's not going to stop.
Exactly. She's going to keep going. But Yolanda, for as much heft as Yolanda has, she has not written anything in 30 years.
So it says the show Kingdom Business is an American musical drama series created and executive produced by John Sackmar and Carrie Linhart. I've never heard of either one of those producers, but they're doing their good work. So
ain't no oil on them.
Kudos to them. Oh, wait a minute. Kirk Franklin produced.
Really?
Yeah.
He was in there. He was in that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He played a part in the show.
So why didn't it say that under the Wikipedia page? It just said.
Well, you know, Wikipedia is just.
Can you go in there and edit your own Wikipedia stuff?
You can. I'm gonna make me a page tonight when I get home. I'm gonna sound so fabulous.
I don't know what I was waiting for. Now I had to go out there and make a wiki page and put myself. Delvin is fantabulous. Now that was that's one Father's Day story.
Yes.
Can we talk about the second Father's Day story?
Oh Lord.
Oh, okay.
That being Tim Anderson.
Oh my God.
And what's going on with him? Now, granted, Tim.
Yeah, you have to sigh.
Let's take a little breather.
Okay, Tim is married. He's a shortstop for the Chicago White Sox. Mm-hmm. He was an all-star player a couple years ago. He was doing his best shortstop. He was on the cover of EA Sports for the show. He was doing it. If you get on the cover, you are playing. You are balling out.
Right.
And all of a sudden, that EA Sports jinx got to him. Next thing you know, he's fathering a baby outside of his marriage.
Yes.
And he's paying more attention to the baby and the baby mama than he is his wife.
He is... Talk about a side piece. She was the front piece and seemed like the back piece.
Oh my!
And everything, because who do you know that's going to cheat on their wife and allow their girlfriend to post them on social media,
True.
Waving at cameras and all of that stuff? He had no shame.
Yeah.
But yet he claims that him and his wife have gone through therapy and they're working on their marriage.
Meanwhile,
the girlfriend is still doing lives and talking and like, I don't know. She said he never gave her any reason to feel like he was married in the beginning. He said it was all for show. He has a secret apartment that she would be going to. And so. And
he went out and tried to play baseball with all of this going on, and he tanked. Yeah. He got hurt. And he's never been the same since. But now he came out, I guess he did something on Channel 2. He did a story on Channel 2 last weekend talking about the distractions in his life.
You think?
Distractions.
He had distractions?
That's what we call them.
That's what he called them.
You mean your son?
He's high.
But he was happy that he has a child in his life. But he's not happy about the way it came about. Okay. But he's still giving his son front place in his life. But his wife is suffering because of it. Of course. Because you don't just get the son, you get the son and his mother.
Yeah.
So
and she's a loud one. She's not just gonna sit by and
that to me was nominee for Father of the Year.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. That's one of them.
Really? Because I got my own pick.
You do? Who's your pick?
Who is your pick?
Father to be Zion.
I was
Father to be.
That's congratulations.
That dumb motherfucker. Oh my God.
What makes him dumb?
Yeah, take a moment.
You got to take a breather. You got to take a breather. Because, I mean, if you're going to play this game, I mean, make sure that your people are playing their role. So they're not out here. I mean, I don't understand.
Everybody has a place.
Everybody has a place. And
you got to know who you're playing with. And clearly he don't know this. What's her name?
Mariah Mills.
Mariah.
Because she's the one. She can fall into two of our categories today. The no fucks given category.
Yes.
Because this girl is still posting and tweeting.
Still posting.
Still. And this didn't happen, 2 weeks ago?
She said yesterday, this is my last post. And
everybody
this morning,
in her feed, like, girl, you said this was your last one. You said you was done last week. But she fumbled her bag and she is just the dumbest. She's the dumb one to me.
She posts receipts of over 100,000 a month.
Yeah.
She was getting
deposits from him.
Yes.
And still can't be quiet.
And she's running her mouth. I'd have been like, oh, we having a baby, boo?
Let me play in the shower.
Like, you know, girl.
Do you know the section?
Do you need a ride to your doctor's appointment? How your feet feel? Do you need me to rub them, girl? Just sit here and be quiet. Let me take care of you.
I don't think that I would. If somebody gave me $100,000 a month to be quiet, where do you want me to be quiet at? I will be quiet over there, and you will not see or hear from me.
Not a peep.
Listen, I almost started there because I ain't tell nobody I was hungry once. I know how to be quiet.
I don't know.
She's so dumb.
She is a trip. Now, have we heard any? Now, what I couldn't find was anything on the baby mama, the one that he. I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything on her either. She's probably like, it's $100K in my pocket.
I'm paid for the rest.
And what could she say? She's giving him his baby.
Exactly.
Making him a new father just in time to celebrate this year's Father's Day. Like, I wonder, I know, and you know it's Father's Day, so Mariah probably texting him.
Let's go visit. Shall we Twitter? Because she got on my damn nerve.
She's on everybody's nerves. People, like I said, they're responding to her like, girl, quit saying you done and keep tweeting. Like, she's just wasting her time. She got Twitter fingers for real.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
So that's my nominee.
Okay,
so we have Tim Anderson. We have Babyface. Not Babyface. I'm sorry. We got Brian McKnight.
Yeah.
Babyface was last.
That's another. Yeah,
that's another story.
Yeah.
We got Brian McKnight. We got Tim Anderson, and we have Zion Williamson for Father of the Year.
Yeah.
Is there a third? Is there a fourth? I'm sorry. Is there anybody else?
Will
anybody
it be
else?
one more?
Will it be one? Will you come now? Now
I'm sure. Give it time. Give it time. Okay, let's talk about this one. I know I ain't even send y'all anything about this one, but I'm sure you seen the clip because it went viral. Father of the Year, Blueface.
No, you got
what?
He's out here letting his son slap the shit out of him in public repeatedly, and he's laughing like he thinks it's cute. But he's concerned about Krishan being an unfit mother to the baby that she's carrying. But you out here getting your ass whipped by your son, and the world sees it.
Well, I don't know what he did. I was trying to find a clip, but whatever he did, it pissed off Erykah Badu.
Yes,
and Erykah Badu put that Badu on.
You don't want to mess with Erykah.
Yeah. So what he took a picture or made a video or something in the swimming pool full of pregnant women. So they're sitting around him, and this was like, I guess, a diss to Krishan or something.
That was him? I didn't know that.
And so Erykah Badu said, universe, do your thing.
Wow.
She said, I'm sick of this. Universe, do your thing. And he ended up in jail like a week later.
That's just too much.
Two people you don't mess with, Erykah Badu, Tabitha Brown.
Yep.
Ask Wendy Williams. She still can't walk.
Well, now, because now he's in jail.
He's out.
Oh, he's out now.
Oh, he's out now. Okay.
Yeah, he's out. So, I don't know.
You don't mess with that.
This younger generation.
Erykah Badu, let me tell you, Erykah is, for Erykah to be so talented, she is also so spooky.
She is.
She is very spooky.
Yeah.
Now, you sit down and have a conversation with Erykah, the first thing that's on your mind is, what you been smoking?
Right.
What you been drinking? What the smoke you been smoking? What's the drink you been drinking? But when she gets through and she goes the long way in her conversation. Yeah. But then when she's done, bam, it's right there in front of your face.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, did she just take me on a ride?
Yep.
And I feel kind of cosmic-y all of a sudden.
Just like her music does.
And
I was going to say, yeah.
I was entranced by what she was saying, even when she wasn't. She was like, "Well, because what you got to do is you got to make sure that you have this, and then you do this, and then the next thing you know, I'm like in a daze,
right?
Just listening to her. Mm-hmm. She is super spooky to me, and I don't say that about a lot of people, but I was. She gave me chills.
Yeah.
She's spiritual.
Listen.
No, they're spiritual and they're spooky. Erykah is, and she'd be the first to admit she is spooky.
She's like what? Remember when Jamie Foxx said, they tell you never look in Prince's eyes.
Right.
Don't look in Erykah Badu eyes.
Well, I wasn't looking in her eyes.
Well, what were you looking at?
Okay,
yeah.
I wasn't looking at her eyes. I'll tell you that much. I wasn't looking at her eyes.
I know about it. Yeah.
But what caught me was the fact that just what she said at the time, and I can't really go into detail what she said because I was just so entranced with it. But once it was over, I felt something that I never really feel when I have a conversation with people. And I'm like, let me back away from this because this is. I thought I was like, whatever you want, master. I will do whatever I need to do. I felt a certain way, and I had to pull up. I had to say, let me back up and get away from this. Although Erykah is Erykah, and I think that's what got Blueface in trouble. I think that's what got. Who else she had the child by?
Well, she's got Andre
3000. Yeah,
her and Common never had a.
Common never had a baby with her, but that other guy, the DLC.
Really? From
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yes. Let's see. Let's
go down the list.
I didn't know that.
That was I knew Andre 3000.
Yeah. Wasn't she messing with the Marley at one time?
I don't know.
Oh no, that's Lauren. That's Lauren.
Was it Marley and Me? Was it? No.
No. Okay. Erykah Badu baby daddies. Yes, I did Google.
The fact that you could find that.
And it came up really fast too.
Yep. So you got Andre 3000. You got the DOC.
Wow.
I did not know that.
I did.
And Jay Electronica.
Really?
Yeah.
Who would have known that?
I'll be damned.
She said if I'm gonna let somebody hit it, they gonna have to have a name, or they gonna have to. But then she probably was just vibing with them on some music stuff and got carried away.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah.
Wow.
So
iconic. And her daughter 7 is singing and stuff now.
No, that's Puma. 7 is the boy.
Oh, see.
Puma's the daughter.
Can we talk about children names that are numbers? Can we talk about that real quick? What is going on with the world now? We are naming we have run out of names now that we're just gonna start saying number. Your name is 16 from now on.
Right. No. So somebody posted something. It was like a congratulations yard sign for graduating or something like that, and it was the name was spelled DA apostrophe the number 3. And like EON or something like that. So they was like, how do you say this name? And they were like laughing and stuff, trying to figure it out. Myself, I thought it was DeTravion.
Right. Because he said that at the end. He kind of started trying to put it together.
And I'm probably messing the name up as well. It could have been something else. But yeah, the 3, I think,
3
represents
was
the TRE. Yeah.
I got
and the people, now, you know, we can be some creative people. And whoever did that, I wonder if that's on their birth certificate.
It's got to be.
I don't know. How can you get away with that?
Exactly. So crazy.
I'm trying to find it for you, but
it was
horrible.
It was funny, but people, you know, are gonna people. So
people are gonna people. I just don't think that we have enough time to go over so many names as Travius, Quavius, Aeon, Eon, Ante,
Apple.
Anybody with a name really that's just completely ridiculously horribly bad,
right?
That no one could ever spell.
DeMarcus Williams, University of Georgia.
TJ Jackson, Wayne State University.
Javarius Smith King, Merrimack College.
Kyle Royal, Smoochie Wallace, University of Miami.
Scream Jr.,
the Square
University of Notre Dame.
That's it.
Ibrahim Moises.
So why are we going over all of these names?
Oh my God!
Because that alone, just numbers as names, that you just given up.
You're bored at that point.
The book that has all the names in them, you're saying none of those work. I'm gonna go with
I don't
6.
like this.
Your name's gonna be 3.
Right.
Yeah.
But on the street they're gonna call you Trey. I can't get with it. I'm sorry.
9.
And they think it's so cute.
Right.
They think it's so cute.
Wait, what's the name again? Give me the name again.
DA'3 VEON or something like that.
The Travion.
Mm-hmm.
The Travion.
Saying it over again is not going to make it make sense. It's just not.
So, yeah, you've given up on life. How are you ever going to get a driver's license and get it spelled correctly?
Because they're going to be like, sir, a 3? Did you mean an E? Or like, what is this?
And your family and your friends, they don't love you.
They don't.
Because you telling them, and that is so cute. But they talking about you.
Right. That's you.
You're stupid.
Or your mama's stupid. Whoever gave me the name.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's that. The next subject that we have to deal with, and we really wanted to take some time to dig into this. What happened this week with
terrible.
What happened this week with Anita Baker and Babyface? It's not. Let me just say, it's not his fault.
No. It's not his fault. It never was his fault.
And it's also not Anita's fault.
True.
It really is not, because it's the people who handle the tour.
Event, yeah.
They are the ones who.
So you saying Anita had no decision to end his portion of the tour?
I think that because Anita wanted to go out there and be the headliner, because she's the headliner, she wanted to make sure that she had time.
Yeah.
Then yes, they wanted to make sure she had her full time. But because of what happened to stem this whole thing, number one, let's just say for the record, Babyface was on tour with her in a couple of stops, and he went past his time.
Oh, really?
He went past it on a couple of stops.
I didn't know that
he
either.
went past his time.
Okay.
And it ate into Anita's time.
All right.
And so then Anita, they will always tell him about that after the show. And then when this whole malfunction thing happened in New Jersey.
Right. Were they going to get a late start?
Right. It was a 2-hour late start. Yeah. So they said, okay, well, we're just going to go past Babyface. We're going straight to Anita because they had to be they had to be out of there at a certain time.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they just went with Anita. But for the record, if I'm Babyface, there's no way I'm going to open up for anybody. My cachet is a lot wider than Anita. So why am I opening up for Anita Baker?
And I think it's just purely out of respect. I think he's,
I don't think that he should have ever said yes.
Yeah,
really?
He should have never said yes to that. That's like saying, you know what? Here it is. I'm the biggest grossing artist there is in R&B, but I'm going to open up for someone who just started.
Wow.
Who just came up and now they're hot now. I'm the biggest selling, the biggest draw there is. But you're gonna say no to me and give it to somebody else? I never would have signed on for that, personally. So when they came for Anita, I was like, they're doing this the wrong way because it's not Anita's fault.
Right.
It's not.
It was the call of the touring company or what's it called? The promotion. Who is it? The promoter.
Yeah.
It's their call as far as who goes on, how long they stay on, what songs they sing, and all that stuff. Hey, great. This is your set. Okay, you're gonna do 14 songs. No, we're gonna cut this down to 10.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be out of there in an hour.
Right.
Okay, and that's their call.
Yeah.
Babyface has to say okay and then sign off on it and then get out there on stage and do his thing. But he did not do that for 2 shows. On the East Coast, and he just ran past his time.
Wow.
Okay.
See, now that makes it a lot better.
It does.
Because people were just really upset and saying that she canceled the show because of his fans on Twitter or something that were digging into her.
Well, that's why she eventually just took him off completely.
Right.
Because of that.
Okay.
So she was like, just to cut all confusion, we just gonna, he won't be performing at all.
But it was no fault of hers. They were coming for her. And I don't understand why they were coming for her.
Exactly.
She did nothing but just be Auntie Anita.
Yeah.
That's all she knows what to do.
True.
Is just go out there, stand on stage, flat foot, and sing. She wasn't the one calling the shots, pulling the strings, but they came for her.
But I don't think it was explained because I didn't know the whole part about the.
This is the first time I'm hearing that as well.
Okay.
All of that wasn't explained at first. It was just a Twitter saying that Babyface won't be performing, tonight for when that actual when the event happened where they.
With a 2 hour,
when they weren't able to get in, exactly. Yeah. They just said he won't be performing it. They didn't give any explanation as to
why.
Had they went into in depth, it didn't have to be a whole long drawn out thing.
Right.
It was a malfunction with all
We
the
only have
production
so much
equipment.
time. Yeah,
they could not do the sound check right.
Exactly.
And so it took them 2 hours to get the sound right.
Wow.
And so that ate up into the time they were supposed to start the show. People were still in their seats. And
Why
they was doing
sound
checks.
Oh, I hate that.
So when they did do the show, this was 2 hours in now. The crowd is like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, Anita Baker, wait, where's Babyface?
Right.
And so that's when that whole thing popped off. But nobody knew about the 2 shows prior to this.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't know about it till you just said that.
And the promoter was like, listen, you got to cut this thing short. You go on there, you try to do your whole resume of songs.
Yeah.
And you can't do that
We'll
because
be here all night.
you're the special guest.
Right.
As it is on the promotion ticket. You're the special guest. You
and it's her.
It's her show.
Yeah.
And you're eating into that time. And so they made the call.
Yeah.
I follow Darius Williams. You might know him as Darius Cooks. He's from Chicago, West Side. He gave his thoughts on the situation.
And
he said, number one, he's a legend. She's a legend. Period.
Yeah.
He could have never been he should have never been opening for her in the first place.
Never.
We honor them both, but his catalog is as long as a CVS receipt. The issue is that he doesn't have superstar appeal. Now, I don't know if I agree with that.
That's not
true. Right. It says you are probably disagreeing with me on 4, and that's cool. But who would you rather see, him or her? Exactly, her. All day, every day, and twice on Sundays. That's his opinion.
If I had my opinion, I would see him before her.
Yeah. And without any
thought.
guess. I'm talking about without Babyface bringing any,
any
guess.
Yeah, just him by himself, because it's going to be a long show.
It is.
Babyface opened up one time. He was on tour with Boyz II Men.
I saw that. Well, yeah, I think it was New Edition in Boyz II Men, the one I saw with him.
No, right. But when he was in Chicago, he came to Chicago. It was Face, Boyz II Men. They did something for he did something for UNCF.
Okay.
And I'm not UNCF, the National Urban League. Mm-hmm. And they was in Indiana, Gary, Indiana. And Face came because hey, look, the check cleared. That's where they go. So Face came out there. He did his show, and Face always does a show, and he had to take off his shirt, and that's exactly what he did. He did the same thing at the last show that Doug Banks was at here in Chicago.
Oh wow!
He took off his shirt. He was running around Northerly Island, and I was like, Face will do the same thing, and so he did it at Gary. He went through his songs, all the songs he had done, and he got to Whip Appeal. He was taking off his shirt. He was going all around there. I'm like, Face, you don't get tired of this here? Because, you making us brothers that don't work out look bad.
Right.
First off, because, you got a dad bod like me. So why are you I'm not taking my shirt off running around here.
Right. But I was just trying to picture
But when he was done, Boyz II Men came out to close the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I'm like, who do you pick between them?
Exactly.
Right.
Because, they got the same heft, they got the same cachet, they got the same catalog of music or what have you.
Right. But he wrote a lot
your
of
hits
songs.
are coming from, right, yeah.
But yeah, so Babyface, to me, I would see Face over Anita 10 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And I love Anita.
Yeah, that doesn't take anything away from her. No.
But 10 times out of 10, I'm going to go see Face.
Yeah.
Because of all the songs he's written.
Well, I'm glad to know. Thank you for breaking that down for us.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that it was something more than just the Twitter feud between his fans.
It was more than that. And people will never know that. And then when I learned what it was, I was like, oh, that's why.
But Anita, she started hitting below the belt too. She's like, and he don't like Beyonce. Like, what?
Wait a minute now.
She's like, y'all gonna get off me.
Right.
Let me put the beehive on.
She was gonna get the heat off with that one.
Oh my God.
Well, Face and Anita, that was one thing. The next thing, and I'm trying to pull it up in my thread here because we talk all the time, and everything is in here based off of how we talk. And so I'm just gonna start scrolling and seeing if I can find it. Unless
now, why are you looking for that? Does anyone know if Lauryn Hill ever showed up last night?
They probably still there waiting.
Why does she always wait? Why does she always go to Ravinia?
Well, yeah.
Ravinia will put up with her coming in there.
That's what it is.
That's got to be it.
Because she does this anywhere else, they're not going to take her.
And you're not getting paid.
But Ravinia, for some reason, that's the stop that Lauryn has to go to. That's the only place in Chicago that she will go.
Yeah.
She probably done burnt her bridges with other venues. Like,
You true. Yeah.
But what is it, like 2 hours? You wait 90 minutes for Lauryn to come on?
I just would not. If it's
I can't do it.
if there's videos of her on YouTube of the concert, I'll watch that. But I'm not giving her my hard-earned money.
Is she in the car at the side of the stage just waiting
Right.
for 2 hours?
It ain't long enough yet. Wait, make them wait some more. No, like, what is she doing? That's so rude.
You don't hear them calling your name, chanting your name loud enough.
She don't care.
There's got to be bottles breaking out there and all of that stuff before she come out. I don't know. I don't know.
They're not angry enough.
Okay,
Keep going.
Never mind. Never mind. I don't think that I have enough patience
That part.
in me to wait that long for Lauryn Hill.
No.
Knowing what I know about Lauryn and how she acts as far as her time, she'll come up there, wait 2 hours, and then she'll be on there for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
that's
We
just
ain't got that much. She got
piss me
one
off.
album. And when you think about that, she only has one album.
how long is Miseducation? That's about 30 years now.
I do believe it's about 30.
It's about 30.
So if you're still touring off a song you made 30 years ago.
Yep.
What else are you saying? She got to be doing the Fuji stuff as well.
Probably nothing but than Killing Me Softly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killing Yourself is probably one thing she's going to. But still, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much or too long of time to pass to make you think that you are hot shit because you just think that all of a sudden I ain't got to walk out of here until I'm ready to walk out of here. Damn it, you gonna walk out of here when it's time for you to walk out of here.
Right.
You and your
want this
one
check.
album. You and your one album with the
album.
15 songs on it that everybody can't remember until you start singing.
I wonder why she never recorded again.
I think she got burnt.
Really?
I think she got burnt between I want to say Will.i.am. No,
Wyclef.
Wyclef.
Yeah.
I think they had beef.
Well, they said that because they had a relationship at first. That's why Fuji's originally that led it to the breakup.
They was doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Gotta learn.
And you gotta hear what Robert Glasper. There you have it. I guess he was.
Really?
You never heard his interview?
No.
Oh, I gotta send it to y'all. He said he would never play for Easy. She was horrible. Horrible.
Kept it honest.
Yeah.
Her singing?
No. Just how she is in,
As a person?
Yes.
Wow.
They, I guess somebody, he was filling in or they asked him to fill in or whatever. He said he would never. I don't care how much money
Wow.
he was in. She was terrible.
That's terrible.
That's just too much.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that anybody would have a negative word to say about her to her face. Because all of this time, people had just been like, "Oh, you're the best thing. You can do whatever you want."
Right.
And which is why she walks around thinking that she's the best thing, and she can be 2 hours late for her own show.
Yeah, I know.
That's
We're not condoning that, Lauren.
At all.
Yeah, because if I pay $60 for a ticket and you don't come out of there for 2 hours,
Yeah, it's gonna be an issue.
now first off, I gotta. Oh, that's another thing. Are people getting refunds from the Janet Jackson concert because they couldn't find parking?
What?
You didn't hear about that?
I didn't hear that either.
People were in the parking lot in Tinley Park when she came out there to perform. People were still trying to park, and she was doing her set.
Wow.
and they were still trying.
What time did they get there though?
Right? Were they late?
People were still in the lots circling around, and they were hearing the show while they were parking.
But you know what she also did? I think I told y'all this. She released like 500 tickets. She was like the first 500 people to come early. Yeah. You get free tickets, free lawn seats now.
Right.
But what if those 500 people drove?
Nobody.
And they all parked.
Nobody could park. People were upset.
That's great. I've never heard that.
Upset because they were like, I'm hopefully she will hear about this, or her company will hear about this, and they will issue refunds. One person did not park her car until her show was almost over.
Wow, that's sad.
And by the time she got to her seat, she was almost done. She heard maybe 3 songs, and that was it.
I don't know. I mean, because Janet is huge, but we've had other,
but again,
amazing artists.
But that's Tinley Park. That's Tinley Park, though.
Yeah, the amphitheater, right?
Right, yeah. The amphitheater. Yeah. They've handled big artists there before.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I can't understand is why are hundreds of people complaining about them not being able to park
those 500 free tickets.
And the next thing you know, they're all on the news. They're all talking about, well, hopefully somebody will be able to give us some answers about this, and then at least give us our money back or what have you. So
I never heard that. And my friend was there. She went to that concert, and she didn't say anything about that. But she gets everywhere early, so shout out to her. And
that's another thing. If you have tickets for Babyface and Anita Baker coming to Chicago, and you don't want to go, you can't get your money back.
Yeah.
You say you can't?
You can.
Oh, you can.
You can, because if the ticket changes in any form, if the artist does not show or whatever, you are well within your right to ask for your money back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so they have to either refund the ticket or whatever, or give them something else in the future. But a lot of people are asking for their money back.
Okay.
So there's that. Last thing I got.
What's that?
As far as my, we talked about Father's Day before, and your assignment was to give us the father's story about your father, whether it be something that happened last week or something that happened 10, 15 years ago. I need a story from both of you regarding your father. Okay?
Yep.
We ready? That was your homework assignment. Anybody do their homework? Anybody do their homework?
My dad, listen, I told you before last week, he does not have a filter. And don't add, beer or alcohol to that mix. That filter disintegrates right before your eyes. And there was a time, now I was not there. My brother told me this. They were all at somebody's house, like a family gathering. And what happened was they were drinking, eating, having fun. It was a cookout. And so my dad's back there gossiping about someone, but he's talking to the person he was gossiping about. What? He literally said, I remember when so-and-so was messing around, but he was saying it to so-and-so.
Wow.
And my brother said he looked like no, Dad, like stop.
Like a board.
Right.
Wow.
So yeah, my dad, he doesn't care. And then he'll be like, oh, okay, you don't remember? Okay. And he'll just let it go. But no, the fact that you did that, sir, how you gonna gossip about the person you talking
to? Let me tell you what else he did. I'm the he, right?
Right. Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna come have more stories because I'm on my way to see him. My brother's barbecuing for Father's Day.
Oh, what's the address?
He lives out in South Holland. But
not too far from us. Okay.
So I'm sure there are going to be more stories coming today, as my dad is there, and I'm sure he has a nice little case with him. So,
Steve, what's your story?
Man, listen, I don't know, y'all wouldn't believe this, but I was horrible as a kid. I wasn't horrible.
What?
I wasn't horrible. I didn't like school.
Okay.
And so I would do any and everything to get out of, doing assignments or just, I had gotten to the point where I would do the work and just didn't hand it in. That's how bad. And I pretty got with me.
You would do the work.
I would do the work and just not, I don't know. I was a special kind of kid. I don't know if it was because I'm only child.
How are you supposed to get credit for the work if you don't turn the work in?
And I didn't care. I didn't want to be there. I hated school.
I feel you.
Oh my God, this one time the geometry teacher, I failed the test or whatever, and I had to get it signed, by one of my parents. I couldn't do my mom's signature. It was too pretty. But my dad, it was just, it was William Stanley. It was just a big W. I can do this. Took it. He just didn't believe that my dad, because my mom always signed everything. So now all of a sudden it's your dad.
Right.
Bet I'm gonna call your parents, no problem.
Oh.
I had him going for about 3 days. He would call. I'm like, nope, nobody's here.
And he was right next to you.
Oh my God. I was like, yeah, sorry. He's nobody's here. I'm home alone. That third night.
Right.
Yeah.
He was there.
Picked up the phone, but my mom picked it up downstairs.
Oh.
I was like, what? I'm right here. What are you talking about? God, yeah, it was over for me. I just started packing my stuff up, and she's like, put your daddy on the phone. So she put my daddy on. I'm like, God. No. When he got done, my dad said, I tell you what, from now on, you don't touch the phone. He said, if you here and the phone ring, ain't nobody else here to answer, you better not touch the phone. I didn't even know we had a phone for at least about a month. My dad, now he's not a scary person, but he's still country. He's been here in the city for a long time, but he's still country at heart. And yeah, he's not to be played with.
Yeah.
Oh, he's full of love.
Until he's not.
Until he's not. Don't test him.
A lot like my father, yeah.
Just don't try the man. And then you'll be all right. But y'all, I got plenty of good stories. So yeah.
Let me tell you, first off, your father's name is?
Maurice Johnson Sr.
William Stanley.
Let me tell you about John Randall. Okay. My father and I've had the pleasure of working with my father for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
We started a construction company, and we were a minority contractor, and we built a lot of the city together. Wow. And there was this one time that we were on the expressway. We were doing the 290 extension. And my father, anybody who knows my father, he is direct competition to every company that is out there.
Oh, wow.
So if they knew that John Randall was handling one extension of the expressway, they knew that he was going to get it done faster, get it built on time and under budget. So everybody had a mark on his back, a bullseye on his back.
Right.
So we were out there doing the expressway. I was driving his truck, the company truck at that time, and I had to get from A to B, but traffic was everywhere. So I'm going to cut through this grass to get to where I gotta go.
Wow.
And I got stuck.
Oh my God.
The truck went down in this heap of mud and got stuck in the middle of nowhere. But I had this radio that I can call him.
Okay.
So I'm like, and so when I call him on this radio, it is now public information that all these other companies are hearing.
Wow.
So I call him and I say, Pop, I'm stuck. And he was like, okay, so where are you? He had to stop what he was doing and try to find out where I was. And he had to call in a favor from this one company.
Oh, wow.
That he did not like.
Right.
But they had the equipment
to get
me out. And I'll never forget it. They pulled me out. They just rolled right on in there with their earth moving equipment, came in there and pulled the truck out. And my father was there, and the head of that company was there. And he looked at him and looked at my father, and he was like, I got you. I got you. Now you know you belong to me for the next. Whenever I call on a favor, you're gonna have to do it because I did this for you. And my father looked at me like, "Don't you ever? Don't you ever?" And I was just I felt so afraid. At that moment, here was I was maybe 20 years old, but I was so deathly afraid of my father at that moment. But my father, he looked at me and he was like, shook his head and said, "Don't you ever ask me to drive this truck no more." And it took a while. It took a long time before I was able to drive that truck again. But yeah, he got me good.
No more shortcuts.
No more shortcuts for me. He made me get breakfast for the entire company.
Are you serious?
For so long. I was the breakfast runner. I had to go and get a 2x4, break it off, and with a pencil write down everybody's order on this 2x4 and walk into McDonald's with this 2x4 and reel off all the stuff that I needed for breakfast that day. It was the most embarrassing part of my job. But every time I walked into McDonald's, they treated me well. I need 45 I need 45 egg McMuffins. You know, I need 23 coffees black. I need 42 of them with sugar. And he made me do that.
Wow.
Because I got his truck stuck in the mud. And so, yeah, I'll never forget those days. But he's my father.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Lisa, your father, Stephen, your father.
Oh, man.
We love our dad so much that because of being Father's Day, we had to do that.
Absolutely.
Just to have a moment to talk about our dads. This is the Unmuted Podcast, everybody. Unmuted the Podcast can be found on all your social streams, all platforms. Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Be sure to go to our website, theunmutedpodcast.com. Also on YouTube, Genius Audio LLC, and like the page. Subscribe to our foolishness. Please hit the bell so you will know when new content is being dropped, so you can pay attention to that.
You don't want to miss it.
You don't. Trust me, you don't.
You know what it is. Come on now.
This is outrageousness at a whole new level, and because of that, we just got to say thank you to all of you.
Thank you.
Who have subscribed, who have liked the pages, who are responding to us and saying you're going to subscribe. I made an appeal on social media and people are coming through. We started with 28. We now have 29.
Look at that.
Look at God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he will?
Yeah. I get more likes and stuff. I would appreciate more shares and subscribe and subscriptions.
Yes.
Because liking a post is great. But what's going to help us is if you share it with your friends and, you know, actually not just like the post, actually do what we're asking you to do in the post, which is subscribing. Because if we had all those people that liked our stuff when we posted, we would have way more subscribers. So,
you know, I'm getting stopped at places now and say, "Hey man, congratulations, you got the podcast." And I said, "Yeah, but how are you subscribing?"
Right.
You know, that's the thing that don't just hear that we have a podcast.
Exactly.
Subscribe to the podcast so we can get you involved in this, because we have to get to a number in which we can start starting to do more content, and it won't cost us as much as it's costing me right now.
Exactly.
To do this. So
don't y'all want to see us? We got to get a new camera.
So
if you guys go and subscribe and help us get monetized, you'll be able to see us as well as hear us.
And don't you want to see Lisa? And you may not want to see me.
Or me.
You may not want to see Steven, but you can see Lisa and Ava, who was in Lisa's lap.
Yes, Ava is here in the studio with us today.
I'm trying to figure out why the dogs aren't barking or anything, because Ava's down here and they're out there. But it's pretty quiet in his house here. Okay, so anyway, this is the Unmuted Podcast, y'all, for Lisa
Unmuted.
And for Steve.
Yes, sir.
I'm Delvin. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Come back next week. We'll have more foolishness for you, but subscribe.
That's your homework for this week.
Right, that's yours.
Subscribe.
Children, your homework assignment for this week.
And share.
Is to subscribe to the page and share our information. By all means, do that for us, okay? Have a great week, you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Peace.
Be safe.